How we doing, guys? Hope everyone is having a good day today. It's all peaceful and calm and quiet. Or if it's not peaceful and calm and quiet, I hope that's the way you want it. It was loud and noisy and raucous. Raucous is a good word. Rebel, as always, is overeager. Woo, look at that. That almost got a little damage on it. So hope everyone is having a good day today. Did I already say that? If I didn't, I hope everyone is having a good day today. What's up, Shuey? We were talking about it yesterday when we were breaking the finest, Shuey. And then everybody was like, yes, do it, do it. So I decided to give in to peer pressure and just do it. But never fear. Nah, sorting is easy. We got it down to a science now. Never fear. We have 2 on eBay tonight. We will have 2 in the Facebook. We're going to do 1 hobby and 1 jumbo in the Facebook group tomorrow. For sure. We'll do more if we have time. But that will mean... and then at 5 o'clock we're doing... 5 o'clock we're doing... what are we doing at 5 o'clock? Hobby, same price. Yes, hobby is same price, even though it is more expensive. I'm just not gonna... I'm not gonna fight it. I'm not gonna... Oh, look at that. 1, 2... We got 3 packs. Are we supposed to get 3? Are we supposed to get 2 or 3? How come it doesn't tell me? How come you don't tell me? What's up, Bryce? It's supposed to be 3 now? Awesome. What's up, Tom? Clearly A. Is hobby going to be the same price? Clearly A. Clearly off. You see the new Andrew McCutcheon card. About the coolest card ever. No, I haven't seen it. Looks like one of the wrappers is different. What's up, Mark? One of the what wrappers? Oh, it is. Look. 2 Chrome Decades Best cards are in here, and then these. All right, we're opening these first. Albert for the Cardinals. I can't get used to that. Juan Gonzalez. Texas Rangers. Well, that's interesting. Come on, gold. Yeah, golden ticket. We need a golden ticket. Oh, look at that. You know it's going to be a great break now. Nope, Eli. I started off with the dude. Ooh, this one's thick. Who else came in? What's up, Mark? Shuey, Clearly Authentic. I was telling you what you're ripping. Oh, yeah. We're ripping Clearly Authentic at 5. Good luck to you, Zach. Golden tickets, right? The Babe, yes, the Babe Ruth SSP. It looks pretty sweet. So does the maze, though. I need that maze. Many thanks to Doom. Thank you, Zach. Ryan, what's going on? Bryce, hey, Doom. Good luck to you as well. Wow, this is this feels substantially. Oh, that's why. Man, this is heavy. Hunt Harvey. Look at that, 2 Clementes. Clemente blue. Clemente, oh darn it, I'm not ready. I got up this morning. Didn't sleep very well last night. I only slept for like 4 hours. So if I'm grumpy today, I apologize to everyone. Let me get some more top loaders. And some sleeves. You know, I'm old now, and as officially an old person, we tend to be grumpy for no reason at all. You know, just get that way. So I fully recognize that, but I also plan to embrace that part of my personality. So I got up today and I noticed that 3 of my packages yeah, Adam, just like the movie, exactly. But I prefer to think of myself as not Walter Matthau's character. But I might, you know, physically be closer to Walter Matthau than Jack Lemmon. You know what I'm saying. So and I noticed that 3 of my packages that were supposed to be here today, instead of them trying to deliver tomorrow, are now delayed until Monday. And so I went down there and I picked up 10 large and heavy boxes. And then when I got home, I put in a call to UPS. I'm like, I got to have them. You guys I got product. So that picture you guys saw in the next couple of days, the picture that I posted, we're going to have 18 more cases of Top Series 2 in the next couple of days. 16 jumbo and 2 hobby. I don't know if that shows which way I lean, but I got plenty of hobby too. So we're looking for the Lubob SP and SSP. All right, you know what? Hold on, I'm sorry. But we get to do some fun stuff today, though, which is good. New product is good. Clearly authentic at 5. Here we go. Oh, you know what? We do usually do this upside down so we can get the autographs are usually in the top. So we're going to do it upside down. Ooh, look at that. Whatever that is. What? All the hits are on the back? Really? That's weird. You know what that was, right? You know what that was? That was some breakers saying, hey, it's too hard getting into the middle. Can you just put all the hits on the back? I don't know who you are. But welcome to the family. Is it assembled? How many boxes? Is it just one big box? Oh, geez. £100, you said? Gio Gonzalez. How about a Vlad relic? Well, so this is going to take a little getting used to, so keep your eyes open. Everyone keep your eyes peeled. Jose Ramirez Gold. Who are you? Michael Franco. Bruce Suter. What is that? It's sparkly. Oh, it's at one of those 2030. All right. Those are sparkly. We're going to put those in a top loader. I mean a sleeve. I'm going to fanboy, so you guys just settle in. This is going to be a 2-hour break. Oh, wait, you going in every pack? Oh, we're not. And I see everything's on the bottom now. It's almost a waste to go through all the other cards, but it's not. Will Smith. Brandon Lau. I'm going to assume the SPs are going to be revved up. That's kind of cool. I'll assume the SPs are going to be in the back with the hits. But someone may have to... they should have cut that where it was blue so it doesn't look like it's damaged. Bomba Brothers. Bomba Brothers, I'm sorry. Or is it Bomba? Because B would be, whatever. Whatever. Ooh, look at that one. Chris Bryant. Draft. They shouldn't have him in the... They should have him in his original. Because wasn't Chris Bryant a Padre? You should have him in his Padres. Let's see, am I going to have to go up? I am. What are you? You're 130. I'm going to have to go to 168, man. It's a good thing I bought a whole bunch of funky size top loaders. You can tell this is going to get eaten up. Those are kind of neat. Draft 2013, huh? Need to have an autograph on there. All right. Sorry, I'll shut that. Keep that down. Aaron Nola Blue. Kevin Kramer. Aw. Out of 2020. Jake Bowers. All right, I'm still going to put a top loader on. These are kind of cool. Who was drafted? Oh, I'm thinking of then Rizzo, huh? Rizzo was a Padre. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. I gained an even greater appreciation for the Arsenal last one. I watched some Joker break a... What? He's not supposed to be breaking that early. Topps is going to catch him and not allow that to happen. These guys are dumb. There's a moratorium. You cannot break these until after a certain time on Wednesday. I don't know what time it is. Probably noon. But you are not allowed to open it like that. So you could get in trouble. You may get it early, but it doesn't... I don't go shop retail anymore. I have it sent in, so I'm lazy. So I have not even looked at Walmart or Target. Jason Hayward. Freddie Freeman. I'm gonna guess it would be after these kind of things. Daza. Gold foil. Bellinger. Significant statistics. Okay. Johnny Bench. Hey. Bo. Who has Colorado? I'll put Daza in a... Was that a Bryant 1 of 1? Was this a Bryant 1 of 1? Oh my goodness, look at that. That was a Bryant 1 of 1. Wow, look at that. First box out. Man, you want to talk about good eyes. You want to talk about good eyes. That's pretty awesome. Yeah, I didn't even know. Usually those are on the front. That's why I never even thought to look on the back. So first box out, first case out, we get a 1 of 1. Nice. That's pretty awesome. Good eyes, Ryan. That's cool. Yeah, there's nothing on the front that says 1 of 1 to me. But on the back it sure does. 1 of 1. All right. So I learned something. We all learned something. Looks like, at least for some cards, the numbering is on the back. It is on the back. Wow. First case out of 1 of 1. First box of the first case. Right? That's crazy. Huh. I'm happy with that. It's always good to hit a 1 of 1. We got it out of the way right away. We got it out of the way right away. Lou Bob. Lou Bob rookies. There's your official Lou Bob rookie, boys and girls. Official Lou Bob rookie. How many do you have to get to hit for the spot to pay for themselves? Oh, you know what I'm going to do? What is that? Oh, inaugural season. That's pretty cool for the Texas Rangers. I like that. Jose Abreu is the wrong way. Are we to assume that Jose Abreu is an SP? I think it's 115 and 116, right? Yep. So this is a 115. So this is an SP. 116, I believe, is SSP. So first SP is Josie Abreu. Jose Abreu. Carter Kaboom. Look, Mike Trout. Player of the decade. Ah, come on. We all know that's Rowdy Tellez. I suddenly don't want to put these in top loaders anymore. I don't know why. Even though they're sparkly. It's a sparkly, sleeves. The sparkly is catching my eye and it makes me want to top load it. I don't know why. So here, I made a corporate decision. I consulted myself while I was in the shower. That sounds worse than it is. And I said to myself, it looks like you have underpriced the Chicago White Sox quite substantially. But you also, and you also have teams who a team is a who, not a that, not a who. A person is a who, a team is a that. That may struggle to get sold. So what you should do is add said teams to the White Sox that are already underpriced. Raise the price of the White Sox a little bit. This kid might be pretty good. And J.D. Martinez, home run. Hey, you better get it quick. You know what you can do? You get enough of these, just do one every game. Josh Donaldson, cool. Ronnie Rodriguez. And then, oh, Mike Trout. And then, by doing so I'm thinking like the Marlins and the Diamondbacks or something like that. And I'll wrap them into the price of the Chicago White Sox. We'll bump the price of Chicago. The White Sox spot will still be cheaper. Still be cheaper. I think they're like 150 bucks a pop on eBay, and we haven't even hit the end of the day. And then I have eliminated 2 problems. Ozuna for the Braves. That's kind of cool. What do you think about that idea? I think that's a good idea. Does anyone disagree with that? If you disagree, I want you to send an email to I don't care at restlesscraftbreakers.shutup. That's what I want you to do. No, that's not true. Oh, look at that. Kyle Tucker Black. I was not expecting that. Kyle Tucker Black Auto. Out of 199 for the Houston Astros. That one snuck up on me. That one snuck up on me like the 101. How about Chad Wallach? Never heard of you, Chad. Sorry. JD Davis. So if we struggle, we may do that. Shohei. Because everybody wants that spot anyway, and it is cheap. It is underpriced. Again, that is on purpose. But I also don't want to struggle to sell 1 or 2 teams. So it might be that if you want the White Sox spot, you might be also forced to take another team or 2 with them in my nefarious scheme to sell out the breaks faster. Derek Rodriguez. Dune, I joined late. Any idea when you will be listing more of this? It wasn't a surprise. I gave everybody an hour. If you don't pay attention to the feed, it's not my fault. And anyway, all I remember last night is Ashley said, do it. And I was like, dang, okay, geez. We're doing it. We're doing it. I do not argue with Ashley. Tomorrow we will list a hobby and a jumbo. One of them at 2 o'clock, one of them at 5 o'clock. One of them at 2 o'clock, or you have eBay tonight and tomorrow. Two jumbo cases on eBay tonight, 2 jumbo cases on eBay tomorrow. But the first one will be 2 o'clock. And let's call it, I don't know which one. One of them will be at 2 o'clock, one will be at 5 o'clock. Anyway, we'll do 2 more cases tomorrow. 1 jumbo, 1 hobby. And then we'll keep breaking as many as you guys want to a day. And we have time for, I would break more tomorrow, but we have the eBay cases, and that's going to take me right into eBay. And to be honest with you, I don't want to kill my son. He's already going to be doing sorting 3 full cases today and 4 tomorrow. So I'm going to have to listen to, Dad, you need to give me a raise. You need to give me a raise. And then I tell him, son, we had this discussion. Charlie, are they breaking a 2, 5, or... Oh, I'm sorry, Charlie. They're listing at 2 and 5. Listing at 2 and 5. They'll break at 3 and 6. Listing. The first listing will go live at 2 o'clock. The second listing will go live at 5 o'clock. You know what? Keep it in the family. He gets paid well to do this, let me tell you. He gets paid well. He also works hard at it, so I certainly don't begrudge him what he gets paid. Yes, and I speak in Central Standard Time. CST. The listing will go live at 2 p.m. CST. The second one will go live at 5 p.m. CST. Then we will break at 3 and 6. And then we will break at eBay at 10 and 1. I wanted to get a case of the Chasing Tim Lincecum Clearly Authentic today, or we would have done another case of this. But I really want to chase Tim Lincecum. I am eager to have a Tim Lincecum autograph from this product. Ender. And so when we break that today, there's 20 boxes in a case, but we're only going to sell 18 of them because the 2 I keep in reserve will be for in case someone hits a giant. So in case someone hits a giant, I reserve the right to swap that card out for one of the boxes. Swap it out for one of the boxes. And then Barry Zito, he won't be in this product, will he? Is he in this product? Did they put Barry Zito? That's crazy. Anyway, so and then if we don't hit a giant, then those 2 boxes will be randomed off back into the break. So there is a chance that for your 1 spot you get 2. And I'm doing it this way because I don't want anyone to miss. I want everyone to get a spot, and then you have a chance at extra stuff. I'm just hoping when I hit my Tim Lincecum 1 of 1 that it's somebody that I don't like very much, so then I could be like secretly all cheering and stuff, you know. Mookie Betts, you know. Box 1 in the books. That's me to secretly cheer. But then CL brought up a really good point. What if I hit 3 Giants autos in the first box? That would be a little heartbreaking. Well, I do have an extra box. So so it won't be too heartbreaking for the first one. And then I'll just hold that box for the second one we do. Hey, Willie McCovey. Tom Seaver. Woo, that is sweet. Willie McCovey was a great player. Great player. On a scale of 1 to great player, he was pretty great. Uh-oh. UPS says... delivery. So my son's girlfriend of many years, I don't know why they just don't get it over with and get married. Her birthday is Sunday, and so GameStop has these full-size arcade games. She's a Galaga fan, huge Galaga fan. So they had one that was a full-size upright game, and we bought that for her. AJ Puck Blue. And I was afraid that I wasn't going to make it, but it made it today, and her birthday's Sunday. So now someone just has to assemble it, like the Avengers would. Those feel like they're a little oversized. Kettle Mart. And so one of the 2 sons will do that. One of the 2 older boys. I'm not going to have the twins do that. It'll be destroyed. Zoich. Akiyama. I saw a power rankings thing. I was reading a story, and my Giants weren't at the bottom of the list. I'm happy about that. They're expected to win. What's up, Les? They're expected to win 25 and lose 35 this year. Uh-oh. Oh. Ichiro Gold. Little Ichiro Gold. 36 out of 50. And have the... that's not going to work. Have the... You know why? Because I got the wrong one. Get the right size there, dummy. They have the third hardest schedule in the majors. I didn't know they were only playing against they're going to play 40 games against the NL West and 20 games against the AL West. I didn't know that. I didn't know that they were just playing in there. Hey, Buster. Playing on the West Coast. Did you guys know that? If you did know that, why didn't you tell me that? No one said that to me. I'm not a big fan of that. I mean, I get it, but I'm not a big fan of that. So you're like flying blind this year. So 40 games against the NL West and 20 games against the AL West. That's pretty brutal because the AL West is not a slouch either. The NL West isn't a slouch. Maybe at some point Colorado will let people watch a game and we can sneak into Colorado and watch. All right, make up your mind. Altuve. Ooh, look at that one. Let's make sure it's not 1 of 1. Mitch. Oh, it's out of 50. So you're on the front. Make up your mind. Ichiro's on the back. Tops. Pick a side. Mitch Haniger. That's a pretty cool patch. 40th anniversary of the Seattle Mariners. Really? So I'm going to have to use it. 160 on all of you. All right. We're getting numbers. I like numbers. Adam Eaton. Hey, Tim Lincecum. I need to write an email to Topps and request only the cases that they load up for friends and like corporate sponsors and stuff like that. I don't know if that's a thing, but it should be a thing. If you're a corporate sponsor, you get a case of Topps, and then you get some kind of decent hits. Alex Dickerson, huh? Darwinson. If you guys want me to stop and look at anything, let me know. If you don't, then you don't. Yamaguchi. Dylan Bundy. If Dylan Bundy can get anywhere near what his potential was, it might be a pretty good pitcher. Dexter Fowler. Ted Williams. Lucas Giolito. I'm not gonna do this after this case. I'm gonna fight myself. So the relic and everything, they're at the bottom this year so far. Let's find out where the autograph is. One sec for me, guys. Sorry. Hello. Hello. Always something. Always something. Sorry about that. My apologies. One I had to take. If I don't answer right when my probation officer calls, they come and pick me up. And as much as I enjoy hanging out with CL, I don't want to hang out with them again in the joint. So my PO, you know, right away. Victor Robles. Cody Bellinger. Nothing? No one, huh? Okay. You guys are a quiet bunch today. Then I have to answer all the questions about what I've been doing and who I've been doing them with, and did I beat my wife this week? You know, all those kind of questions. I told them I forgot this week, but I'm going to try to get to it 2 times next week to make up for it. I thought that was funnier than he did. I don't know. That's between CL and his PO. I don't know. Ooh, is that a red? Is there a chance that that is a red something? Does that look red? Oh, it might be just the top of it. It might be because it's a some kind of an SP or something. Javier Baez, home run challenge. Randy Johnson, yeah. Darn it. What is Williams doing? What is he doing? Jake Bowers. Kettle Mark. You know, all the things my wife was taking care of when she was off for the last 10 days, you know, not working on vacation, are all things suddenly that I have to deal with again. And we had some work done on the van. I just had to make sure that we were getting all there. Labor. Just curious, Dune, will you have any pro debut? You know, I don't know if we're gonna. I have another case back there. I think we'd like to try. I'd like to try to do a PYT. I'm just not sure about pricing it yet. Dakota Hudson, black auto for the Cardinals. But I'll take a look at it, Zach. Second black auto out of 199. This one for the Cardinals, Dakota Hudson. What is Strasburg? Strasburg is the vintage stock. Washington Nationals out of 99. Yep, 2 black autos, 2 boxes. What about a mixer? So you're trying to do what? What do you want to mix? Lubob. I mean, the last one we did was half a case of jumbo, half a case of hobby. And that one will probably wind up being a random again, because that's a difficult thing for me to price out like that. But certainly I have more hobby back there, and that's certainly something we can look at a PYT on for sure. Pro debut. Dad, you got more pro debut. No, son, it's not pro debut. We're going to try the next box, right side up. John Birdie. Bertie. What the heck? Rangel Ravello. I've never heard of this dude. And he's a 15. Is he the second coming of Albert Pujols? Looks kind of like a young Albert. Rangel Ravello for the Cardinals. SP. Ooh, Mike Trout. Player of the decade. Did anyone know he was player of the decade? Juan Soto. Austin Slater. I think there's a small chance for the Giants that might actually see Joey Bart this year. Small chance, but a chance. J.D. Davis. Sergio Romo. Salvador Perez. Gavin Lux. What's up, Alex? Yes, it would. It'd make me happy for update 2. Might only be a 20% chance, but it is a chance. Kane Wong. Cole Hamels. Uh-oh! There it is. Will Clark, SP. 1 down and 2 to go. I think there's a chance. 1 down and 2 to go. Mike Zunino. Mike Trout. Player of the decade. Carl Yastrzemski. And Pete. 1 down, 2 to go. Who are the other ones? I know one's Willie May. Oh, is the other one, is it Mays McCovey? Will Clark? Could have had a Tim Lincecum one. Barrera. I gotta move, I'm gonna move some stuff over to the sorting area after this. Bomba. Yep, one per box. New York Yankees. This is a blue. Munoz, Mike Minor. Ooh. Second one that's had a little corner ding. Newcomb, decade's best. Vladdy. My goodness, there's a lot of good names in that set. All right, let me move these boxes. These packs, these cards, these whatever they are. All right, this one we're going face up. The Eck. And Albert for the Cardinals. Cody. Randy. Rojas. Oh. Where was that autographed? We needed that autographed. Shun Yamaguchi, huh? Randy Johnson, black. Dubon. Randy Johnson, black. Out of 199. Stevie Duggar. Probably still is. He probably could still pitch in the majors. Come in as a reliever role, late inning guy. I bet you he's still pretty intimidating. Corey Dickerson. Shed Long. Marcus Simeon out of 2020. Elvis Andrews. Willie McCovey, Ricky Henderson, and another Vlad. Another Vlad. Especially the team where he won his 300th game. Hampson. Josh Donaldson. Willie Castro. Danny Duffy. Delino. Brendan Rogers. Logan Webb. Three's Company. Okay. Warriors of the Diamond. Sandy Koufax. You know who I'm guessing won't be in Warriors of the Diamond? Barry Bonds. Could be wrong. Robert Duggar. Bet he's in Reuters of the Diamond. Reuters of the Diamond. Reuters of the Diamond. Not sure I'm following the reference, but I'll go with you. Hunter Harvey is a 15. Reuters of the Diamond. Reuters of the Diamond. Freddie Galvis. Oh, Barry Bonds. Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about Randy Johnson. Okay, that changes it. Yeah, now it's funny. Reuters at the time. That should be a movie. I thought we were talking about Randy Johnson still. That's why it threw me off. Harrison Bader. If Bader's bat, well, I don't know. He's pretty good. I was going to say if his bat catches up with his glove, but no. Look at Cespedes. That's during the problem with this picture. It was during spring training, and he dropped the ball. Oh crap! Someone hit it to me. Mark Melanson. Good luck to you guys. Trout. Kettle marked. Reuters of the Diamond. See you later, Alex. Reuters of the Diamond. It's got to be a better name than that, though. Joey Gallo, home run challenge. Kyle Seager out of 2020. Sergio Romo, Ichiro, and Carl Yastrzemski. Plus a Christian Yelich. Agent 10. Man, I'm not liking this Series 2. Bazooka Tom. So clearly authentic is a spot break and not a draft. What does it say, Tom? Does it say draft? You see anywhere that says draft? There's anything on there that says draft. Unless you see the word draft on there, it's not a draft. What's the matter with you? The word draft isn't there. The word snake is not there. Quite a bit. Quite a bit. Because a lot of these, Sam, will be priority mail to start. Ooh, is that a red auto? Now we go red. Yu Chang out of 25. Red auto. Josie Altu. Ken Crone. Will Clark. Another Lou Bob. Draft. Draft breaks are pretentious. We don't do pretentious breaks here. I already told you that. If we were pretentious, we would have that pretentious. Cleveland Indians. Yu Chang. Cleveland Indians. Out of 25. 12-25, the last year the Dodgers won the World Series. The last year. So 2 blacks and a red. Color's good on the autos. Color's good on the autos. I like it. Flagship. There's always a lot of everything, which is good. Which is good. Well, I'm not sure exactly, Agent 210. Do we know you, or did you just stop by to say hi? I'm not sure what you expect from Flagship. I mean, the thing is, will there be lots of good hits from Flagship? Absolutely there will be. Is it going to be a hit-centric thing like some other products are? No. That's not what it's about. Buster Posey. So, you know. So the, you know, again, I think it's all what you're going to compare it to. What are you comparing it to? And that's the problem. If I'm buying Flagship, I'm not buying heavy into Flagship unless there's a team that I can go long on. You know, that has the rookies like in Series 1 or like we have with Lou Bob here in Series 2. I mean, you're primarily team guys who are team people who are also looking to maybe a little speculation here and there when you can get it cheap. You know? What are the base cards at the end? These things? They're called Tops 2030. These things, is that what you're talking about? Yeah, and there will be a bunch of them in Series 2. Maybe you just watch sucky breaks. It happens. Maybe the guys that you watched haven't, the boxes aren't there yet, but they will be. We had Monster Series 1 all over the place. From the Rip Party all the way through the end, we had Monster boxes. Is Barry Zito in this? Yeah, I know. I mean, the first box out, we hit a 1 of 1. Yeah, I think we need to make sure that we're not comparing Series 1 to any of these other hit-centric products that are out. You know what I'm saying? Because it doesn't compare to Finest. It's a completely different beast. You're looking for a Barry Zito card? Is Barry Zito in this product? Did I already ask that? Barry Zito's in. Wait, Barry Zito's in this for the Oakland A's? That's dumb. His best year as a pro was 2012. I mean, I don't know why he'd be in there for the A's. That's dumb. Kyle Schwarber. Nick Anderson. Nolan Arenado. Is Zito? That's what I asked Tom. Is Zito in this? She just doesn't seem to want to answer the questions on. And for a serious answer on the draft thing, I don't do draft because I don't like it. Ashley hates us. I'm going to show you guys. Ashley hates us. What's up, Brett? So the that's my serious answer on that, Tom. I'm not a big fan of drafts. I think a draft is, you gotta, I mean, I guess it depends upon how you do it, because I've seen it done different ways. But everyone's got to be there. Then you got to wait for people to make up their mind, and then you got all the, no. We're gonna random. That's the box you get. Good luck to you. I hope you hit something good. You know what I'm saying? And let's be honest again, I'm very lazy, Tom. I'm very lazy. Nolan Arenado. Is this one numbered? No number. Because then all I have to do is take the boxes and like number them, 1 through 18, and then do the random with all the people's names in there. Oh, look, you get that box and you get that box, and you know what I'm saying? It's called the Lazy Breakers way. Ronald Acuna Jr. And as a poster child for Lazy Breakers Anonymous. Well, I guess you wouldn't be anonymous if you were on the poster, though. I don't know. Let's compare. Let me open this up there before we open it up. Let us compare and contrast. Here is a base in my left hand. In my right hand is a 1 of 1. I see absolutely no difference. Except when I turn them over. And then I see 1 of 1. And I see none of none. You guys see any different? I don't see anything. We are going to hit an autograph. Scott, me too. I get lots of none of nones too. You know what? I want to do this. I'm going to do this. No, I don't want to do this. Well, the question is, do we want the auto later on or the auto before the relics? I think I want to go this way. Series 2 and 2 Chrome Decades Best cards in Scott. Jorge. I like Jorge Soler. Oh, he's got the Monarch jersey. That one's pretty cool. I like that. As a collector of Negro League memorabilia, I think that is a pretty jamming card. Oh, look at this guy. Shogo Akiyama. Is Shogo his name? I thought it was something else on the other card. I thought it was like Shinjo or something. No? I really don't know anything at all, but I hope that guy becomes a star because I just like saying Akiyama. It sounds like Star Wars, you know, Return of the Jedi, what one of the little dudes said. What are those little dudes? Those little hairy dudes? I don't mean Robbie J. I mean the little Ewoks. I'm pretty sure in that movie one of the Ewoks said Akiyama. Yeah, that thing. The Ewok. Within 5 minutes, Robbie will be here saying, what? What were you saying about me? Chris Davis. Will the league leader in home runs hit 30? Will the league leader in home runs hit 30? Ooh. I'm going to put a qualifier on that. Well, I'm not gonna answer. I'm gonna answer in a different way. I think my answer is it depends. That's right, it depends. I think it depends, Robinson Cano, on if both of the Yankees are healthy. 22? If both of the 26, but people have been on that kind of pace before. People have had that kind of pace. They just are never able to sustain it. But so could they sustain it over David Ortiz, blue border? Independence Day, Hernandez, I'm sorry, 88 of 76. Felix Hernandez. Hey, Felix Hernandez. Can they sustain that, though? Because you get into the dog days, you know what I'm saying? You're tired, you're everything else. So that's what I think. If you're a healthy 60 games, I think there's an outside shot. Oh, well, that won't happen again. Unless somebody's on steroids. So I guess we'll know if someone's on steroids at the end of this year. Be like, holy cow, Aaron Judge is on steroids. He hit 47 home runs in 60 games. I think there's a small chance. I really do think there's a small chance. I really do. I think it's not probable, but I don't think it's impossible. Because a lot of these guys are going to be hitting the ground running. That is true as well. That is true as well. But I think so for some of these big guys, you know, Pete Alonso, Soler, a couple of the guys on the Twins. Yeah, Alvarez. I mean, there's a lot of guys that have that potential for sure. Have that potential for sure. The other question is, and this one would only really apply to, I guess, the relievers. Anthony Rendon is, and I know we don't pay attention to such things in baseball. Yeah, like that. Like that. We don't pay attention to such foolish things like this in baseball anymore. But does anyone win anything near 10 games? That, you know what that means, Tom? That means you can just hit the Astros willy-nilly because they can't do anything. Will some reliever go on some tear? Someone like what's his name that used to pitch for the Giants, pitches for the Twins now. Oh, jeez. They use him as a starter sometimes. You know? That's what that means to me, Tom, because if I'm the other teams, I'm throwing at the Astros, because what are you going to do? Oh, it slipped. What are you going to do? You're going to charge the mound? You're going to get 6. You're going to run real fast up and then stop 6 feet away. And then yell. You can't argue with the umpire. It's really going to be a weird year. It's going to be a weird year. And there will be a brawl. I guarantee you there will be a brawl. I guarantee there's going to be a brawl. And I will even guarantee it more and say that if Puig ends up being a Giant, it will be the Giants versus the Dodgers in a brawl. If Puig is a Giant, they will have a brawl down in L.A. in an empty stadium, Lou Bob. And it will be Yasiel Puig versus the entire Dodger bench while he's asking the Giants players to hold him back or get in front of him. Or to be in Arizona, Puig versus Bumgarner in Arizona. Wade Boggs. Hey, look at that. That's sweet. You know, Bob, licking the bat is a very personal thing. It's not something that you should probably talk about. Hold on one sec. Mike Trout. Someone mute who? Who are we muting? Who said something wrong? I don't know. I don't know about that, Tom. I don't know. Well, they dislike each other. They dislike each other a lot. You almost wonder if the Giants decided to let Bumgarner go because they thought they were going to sign Puig, and they didn't want there to be problems. I just made a conspiracy theory. I should go on one of those conspiracy theory channels like Dodgers.com. This is why the Dodgers can't win the World Series. Clint Frazier. Kane Wong. Hello, Nat. Who's stirring the pot, Bob? It wasn't an overpay. He'll be back to his normal self. It wasn't an overpay. That's cheap. He signed for cheap, Shuey. He was a $20 million a year guy. Giants should have signed him back for whatever. The guy carried you to the 2014 World Series. Carried you to it, carried you through it, and then won it for you. And you couldn't respond by, paying him to say thank you. He's worth $16 million a year. 17 million a year, whatever it was. 17 million, right? What's going on at Costco Net? How many home runs will Glaber hit in 10 games? 25, Tom. 25. That's my number. 25 home runs. Aaron Judge, home run challenge. Restoring. Brett Phillips. Hey, look, the New York Giants. Austin Riley. Francisco Lindor. If Ryu was worth, what they pay Ryu, $20 million a year? How is Ryu on one good year worth more than Madison Bumgarner? Because you got to remember, the other thing Madison brings to your ballpark is that winner's thing that you cannot buy. That air. He knows he is good. He knows he can help. He knows he can help a team. Yeah, but there's more to it than that. There's more to it than just what happens on the field. He helps all those young pitchers become better pitchers. There's all kinds. Griffin Canning. All kinds of intangibles that a guy like Bumgarner brings to your team. And Ryu at $20 million brings nothing. I think every pitcher is on the decline. What does that prove? Paul out of 300. And remember, he was hurt. Motorcycle accident. Everything else. He's had time now to heal. He's got a chip on his shoulder. Just watch. No Homer spirit at all. Well, I'm a Giants fan. I'm a Giants fan. There's no Homer spirit. Look at him. Name me another pitcher who has done what he has done in the playoffs. You don't have one. You can't come up with one. There's not one in the last 20 years who's done what he's done. Part of what you're paying for is that. Hello, how you doing, Larry? Part of what you're paying for is that. You cannot buy those. Those intangibles are worth more than anything else. Even if he were on the decline, what he can do for the young pitchers, who else is going to do that? Who else is going to do that? Who else is going to do that? Right, on a bad team, Shuey. On a bad team. On a bad team. On a, I mean, again, on a bad, I mean, I understand what you're saying, but he put up numbers that weren't bad for a bad team. Last 20 years, no. Go back further than that. 40 years. You know, the last pitcher who was that would even come close in conversations would be Bob Gibson. Would be Bob Gibson. In 60 games, yeah, they could make a World Series run in 60 games. But again, you're looking at it the wrong way. They are part of what they're bringing him in for are the intangibles. My goodness. What other pitcher would you want? There are only 3 or 4 that you would want that have what he has, what he can impart, what he can give to the air of confidence that he is about him all the time. And that is worth its weight in gold. Toronto Blue Jays would have been better off with Bumgarner than Ryu. Would have been better off. That was their mistake. Because they have young guys who could have learned from him. Francisco Mejia. And that's part of what you want. You want them to be able to learn. What do you do in this situation? What do you do in that situation? How do you handle it? That's worth $17 million a year. Even if he is on the decline. No, Koufax was not better in the postseason. No, you're wrong. Come on, Koufax. Koufax was not better in the playoffs. Absolutely not. You have to go back to the earliest part of the 20th century to find comps like Bumgarner put up in the playoffs. Simply, he owns everything as far as pitchers go in the playoffs. No one had his kind of numbers. No one. Unless you go back to the early part of the 20th century. No one. No one has been the lock. No one has been the lock that Bumgarner has been. No one. And what is Bumgarner's ERA? What is Bumgarner's ERA in the playoffs? How many World Series did the Dodgers win during that time? Did they win all 4 of those World Series? I don't know. I don't think that's fair. Bumgarner, I mean, Kershaw, he might win one still. And there are worse pitchers than him in the playoffs who haven't won the World Series. Bumgarner was a better pitcher in the playoffs. If you do not recognize that, you don't recognize that because you choose not to. Let me move these. When every historian, every baseball person says that, back in the 60s, you did not play 4 rounds of playoff baseball. You didn't have to win the 1-game elimination, then a 5-gamer, and then 2 7-gamers. There you go. World Series. Madison Bumgarner, 4-0, 0.25 in the World Series. I feel like that's better than Sandy Koufax. I'm not saying Koufax wasn't great. I think Koufax is one of the greatest lefties ever. But Madison Bumgarner is the premier pitcher in the postseason ever. He is the best postseason pitcher ever. Until somebody comes along and knocks him off. But he was a stud too. Bob Gibson was a stud. Cover Roberto Clemente. That's a good pairing. I like that card. Stud. Toro. And I guarantee you this. Yeah, Gibby's a good comparison. I guarantee you this. If Arizona goes on a run, let's say Arizona went on a run, improbable as it might be, and they made it to the playoffs. Do you think because they have Madison Bumgarner, they will be more favored or less favored? Do you think people will look at them and say, oh, it's just no big deal? That was the old Madison Bumgarner. Or do you think that they're going to carry some swagger with them and the belief that they can get it done? I know the answer. I am not a fan of the Arizona Diamondbacks. I hate that he signed with them. But, and I'll tell you right now, if we were talking about Clayton Kershaw, if he did the same thing Bumgarner did, if we switched names, I would be saying the exact same thing about Clayton Kershaw or any pitcher who has done what Bumgarner has done. But the simple fact is, no one has. No one has. He is an absolute monster in the playoffs. But that doesn't take away from Koufax though either. Koufax is a monster, period. Luis Severino. That's cool. Luis Severino. 15. Monster. He'll get there. I have faith in Clayton Kershaw. I have faith in Clayton Kershaw. He'll figure out how to put it together. Much as I don't like it, I do think right now, if I were going to pick a team, I would pick the Dodgers. Oh, Koufax was a monster. A monster. And truthfully, if you ask me which player I would take in the regular season, I would take Koufax over Bumgarner in the regular season all day long. All day long. But in the playoffs, I'm taking Bumgarner. If I have one playoff game for my life, and I have the whole history of the game, it comes down to one of two giants. Madison Bumgarner and Christy Mathewson. I might take Mathewson. But if they said you got to take Bumgarner, I'd be like, all right. Martin Maldonado, Willie Mays. It'd probably be Christy Mathewson, but you know. Sandy Koufax lost in the World Series. Well, that counts him out right there. Counts him out right there. Did he come in a Game 7 2 days after he pitched? A shutout, I believe. And then pitch 4 innings to clinch the World Series for his team? Negative. In 2010, as a rookie, did he come in and pitch 8 shutout innings in the World Series and really lock things in for the Giants against the for the Rangers? I don't think Koufax did that with anyone else. Did he on successive years, 12 and 14, in the one-game playoff, pitch shutouts? Bumgarner did. Shutouts. Both games. Elvis Andrus. Out of 199. Jose Abreu. Black. So this will be out of 67. That's kind of cool. Because the Chicago White Sox color. Oh, 66 out of 69. So he lost in the World Series. For shame. For shame. Did the Dodgers win that World Series? I only started 3 games in the World Series. Oh man. I don't. 0.95. No, they usually come more than one case. I'm just giving you grief now, Zach, for the fun of it. I think again, how do you go wrong with Sandy Koufax? You can't. You can't go wrong with Sandy Koufax. So let me get this right. Bumgarner is 4-0 with a 0.25 ERA. Koufax is 3-1 with a 0.95. And you think that Sandy Koufax is the better playoff pitcher. I think you're wrong on this one. Aaron Judge. Now everyone I want to be numbered. I think you're wrong on this one. If you haven't seen him pitch, look up any of his games and watch him pitch. You'll be even more inspired. He was 4-3 with a .95 in the World Series. That's not even what? You're gonna make Bob's gonna get all mad, get his feelings hurt. It's not a tough call. There's not a call at all. 4-3 with a .95 or 4-0 with a .25. Come on. I'm not saying anything about. I'm not saying anything bad about Curt Schilling. I think Curt Schilling was also a fantastic playoff pitcher. I think Curt Schilling should be in the Hall of Fame. I think the only reason Curt Schilling isn't in the Hall of Fame is because his politics don't line up with some of the writers, and that should be irrelevant. Lubob. I think anytime anyone is unfairly punished because their political views fall outside of the norm in sports is dumb, because it's about what happens on the field. At least it should be. That's what everyone claims. Ken Griffey Sr. had a retrospective? Man, was that a long thing, or was it like a 30-minute special? It does help having Buster catching. Probably, Bob. Probably. Again, I think you can make any argument that you want, but I think if you look at the pure numbers, you take a look at what happened, how it happened, and everything else went down, you are not going to find another pitcher as dominant as Bumgarner in the history of the game. There's not one. There are some people for the playoffs. There are some people who are close, and some years that are close. Wilson Contreras. But the overall body of work, 3 World Series in 5 years, everything else that went into it, 1-game playoffs, pitching shutouts. Hard to argue that. And that's part of what they're paying him for. Do not go long on Will Smith. He jumped right out of my hand out of the pack. Hey, what's going on, Robbie? That's how time flies so fast with us, because we have all these good conversations. And once again, everyone's opinion is valid. You are more than welcome to have it here, even if you're wrong. I'm wrong quite often, and I still have my wrong opinions. And I stick with my wrong opinions, no matter what. Lorenzo Cain, gold. That's good, Robbie. Awesome is good. Lorenzo Kane. Do we have an autograph yet? 2 out of 50. Lorenzo Kane, Milwaukee Brewers. Milwaukee. Jake Bowers. Tim Lincecum. Bo Knows. Bo Jackson's in this. If I have one autograph that I want to pull for sure, that's not a Giant, it is Bo Jackson. Bo Jackson should be in the Hall of Fame just because. They should waive that 5-year rule and just say, you know what, Bo, come on. See you later, Net. Come on, get in the Hall of Fame, Bo. Football should put him in the Hall of Fame, too. Williams. Do we have an autograph yet? You know what? I have to be honest with you and tell you, when I went through the checklist, I like it. And I'm not, again, I think you guys know that I speak my opinion. If I don't like a product, I say I don't like it. There it is. Jose Urquidy, is that how we pronounce that? But you know what? I'm a little loose change. I'm a little, because I like flagship. And so, hey, look at that, a Giant. Blue. Or I guess it's Mother's Day, Father's Day, Mother's Day, 12 out of 50. It has some damage. Father's Day. Well, Lou Bob, why are you trying to comp? You're still talking about Bumgarner? You that's what it counts. That's what counts. Who cares? If you were in your career 20-200 as a pitcher, and yet in the World Series you won everything that was thrown at you, you went out there and kicked the crap out of people, your career would still be hugely successful, and you would be remembered for having it when it counts. That's what counts. When it counts. That's what happens. Clayton Kershaw, as great as he is, and he is the best pitcher of his generation, look at the numbers. But he will forever be tainted by his inability to win in the playoffs. Forever. Madison Bumgarner was the most dominant World Series pitcher ever. World Series pitcher ever. World Series, I'm talking about. He did well in the playoffs, too. I mean, that's the thing. Clayton Kershaw, unfortunately, Hoyt Wilhelm for the Dodgers, will, as great as he was, as great as he will be, and he is a Hall of Famer right now, that's what people are going to remember. Yes, but he couldn't win a playoff. He couldn't win in the playoffs. That will be a comma or a new sentence for him for his entire career. For his entire life. He needs to win a World Series. He needs to get over that hump. Because guess who else? I'm going to bring up a different sport. I'm going to break my own rules. There is a quarterback that I'm thinking of who didn't win a Super Bowl until late in his career and then won them back to back. He was great his entire career, but always carried that monkey on his back. Always carried that monkey on his back. And then once he got that monkey off his back, it was gone. It was gone. He's remembered only for his greatness and not for his failure. And he had lots of failure. Dom Nunez, huh? Dylan Bundy. Lorenzo Kane. Yes, John Elway. Last box mojo, guys. Last box mojo. Last box autograph mojo. So when Clayton Kershaw wins a World Series, and he will, the monkey will be off his back. When you think about Elway, you don't think about the losses. You think about the wins. His career ended as a winner. I can think of another quarterback, Buffalo Bills, who went the other way. Might be true, Mike. That might be true. Might be true. But it also might be the same old story for the Dodgers. Yes, Jim Kelly. Jim Kelly, hey, look at out of 50. Baltimore Orioles. Gold. Whereas Jim Kelly, who was also an outstanding quarterback, always will have that around his that anchor around his neck, you know? Yeah, but when people talk about Elway, they don't talk about the losses. They talk about the wins. That's true, Mike. The problem is, Mike, though, is that other teams might be able to have enough steam to outrun the Dodgers. And that's the problem. Yadier Molina. Or stay competitive. You know what I'm saying? Even an old team, I keep saying it, even an old team can hang on for 60 games. Ozzy. Darn it. Even an old team can hang on for 60 games. Are the Giants still the oldest team in baseball? Marino never won anything. I was a Dan Marino fan. I'm breaking my rules, so I'll end on this broken rule. I was a Dan Marino fan. I think Marino was a better quarterback than Eli Manning, but Eli Manning won 2 Super Bowls. You know? And that's what counts. It's a heck of the rest of it. That's what counts. You could be the worst player on a baseball team, and let's say for 5 years in a row, you're just some bench guy, and for 5 years in a row, the team you're on wins the World Series. What are you remembered as? You're not remembered as the bench warmer. You're remembered as 5-time World Series champion Billy Bob sit on the bench. I mean, you know. Steven Strasburg. This is sports. It's the winning that counts. You know? It's the winning. Oh, man. I'd rather be good than lucky. I mean, because then I'll make my own luck. But I understand what you're saying. Billy Bob sit on the bench. That'd be me. I'd be like, oh, man, they never play me. I won a World Series. Oh, man, they cut me. Next year, do it again. For a second there, I was like, hey, is that a clear? But I was like, well, no, wait. Clears aren't in this. Clears ain't be in this product. They'll be in the one we're doing tomorrow. Oakland A's, Matt Chapman. That's pretty cool. I like those. I like the design. I like the pretty picture. It's pretty. Dexter Fowler, Brooks Robinson, Carlos Correa. Ronald Acuna. What is what? What is this? I don't know. Some patch. 50th anniversary. Commemorative jumbo jersey sleeve patch from the 2020 Topps. Oh, that's what it is. Jumbo. I think he got in early because of that as well. Bamba Brothers. We are fun and lively today. I like that. I like that. I like that everyone has their opinion and they're not afraid to give it. Rod Carew. Rhino. Cody Bellinger. Yeah, and I broke the rules by talking football. I apologize. But it was a good point. At least in my own mind. I think Halladay was not a first ballot Hall of Famer. Do I think he eventually got in? Yes. I think he got in right before the cutoff, before he became eligible for the Veterans Committee. I think that's when he would have gotten in had he not passed away. You did, Rebel. That's because you're not allowed to. Only I can break the rules. I don't think it was you anyway. Wasn't there somebody else saying something? I thought there was somebody else who was talking something. Never. 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 Football's as far out as we go. Though I did mention Kurt Schilling in politics, but I meant that purely from a baseball standpoint and not from a right or left standpoint. I was making a baseball statement. And baseball writers should be better about that. They should be able to differentiate between on the field and off the field. They should be able to. Unfortunately, they cannot. All right, Rebel. Okay, you win. You win. You win. You're right. You are right. Cody Bellinger. Emmanuel Class. Is it Class? Austin Voth. You know, I was saying this yesterday, and I mean it again today. One of the things I like the most about Series 2, and I think this is counterintuitive for a lot of people, is the fact that there are so many rookies. There are so many rookies in this product, but we don't have any baseball to back it up. You know what I'm saying? I think if we would have had some baseball to back it up, we would be looking at more of these names as people that we like. So I think we're kind of in the the weird year world where this product is concerned. But I believe that there will be big rookies that come out of this product that we are just not, talking about now. Absolutely, I do. Absolutely, I do. I think there's some sneaky guys from sneaker guys. Sneaky guys from some of these teams that are, quietly going to be Is that a red? Seth Brown. Look at that, New York Giants red. Seth Brown for the A's. My great-grandma used to call me Doom Buggy. That's funny. That, Mike, I think you're right. And I think it's, again, I think that perspective thing. Wow, look at that. We go Giants red out of 10. This is in the same pack with the autograph, right? So that's cool. I got a Giants out of 10. And then right after that, we go Hunter Harvey, Independence Day. You know, and again, ultimately, I think for people who are new to the hobby, and this isn't meant to be a jab at anybody, just the simple truth that you have to differentiate the products. You have to understand what they are. This is not a hit centric product. You know, and the thing is, I don't know the people who are bashing the checklist, and I've seen a couple. What is it that's not there that you wanted? How were they going to do that? I think actually Topps did an outstanding job of including as many rookies as they did, because once baseball starts in a year or two from now, once we get back to something regular, then we're going to look back at this, and there's going to be players that people are going to be picking off, because there's a lot of rookies. But how are you going to do anything different? If you were going to keep the same release, now you could have pushed it back. Could have pushed the product back. Nick Anderson. Which I still think would have been the thing to do. Yeah, and that's the thing, and it's flagship. I mean, yeah, you know, and that my first question for guys is, what did you... Worst in 4 years? I don't think so. I think Lou Bob takes that right there. Makes that a better, because you're talking what, 2017? I would disagree with that strongly. One player fixes that. One player fixes that. And, you know, and I think it's unfair. I think it's unfair to make that assessment, because how can you make that assessment now when you haven't even had a chance to see any of the players play or the rookies flesh out? Charlie Blackmon. And that is the problem that I run into, is that that's an unfair assessment based on a weird baseball year. It's flagship, and it's flagship. So while I can't, do I think you can say that? Yeah, but I think that's short-sighted to say. I think that's short-sighted to say. Very short-sighted to say. And I think that when you look at this product, when you add up this year, you look at Series 1 and all the guys that were in there, 3, 4, 5 guys that are in there, you look at Series 2, and then you add the fact that we will have update that will have guys in it, I think this is going to be a very strong year. Very strong year. And what was in 2018 Series 1? I mean, were there a couple? Yeah, were there a couple in 2019 Series 1? Yeah. 2020 was a monster Series 1. So I just don't think you can make that assessment. Again, I think for anyone who makes that assessment that it's the worst this or the worst that, what exactly are you looking for? What exactly? Who was in? Really? Who was in 2018? I mean, were there a couple? Yeah, there were a couple in 2019 Series 1. Yeah. 2020 was a monster Series 1. So I just don't think you can make that assessment. Again, I think for anyone who makes that assessment that it's the worst this or the worst that, what exactly are you looking for? What exactly? Who was in? Really? Who was in 2018? I don't think you can't make that assessment because you've got nothing to go on to make that assessment. You're missing the one thing in order to make that call, and that's baseball. So while I respect your opinion, I just think you're wrong. Dave, I don't think you're wrong. I think you've got something there. Oh yeah, I did forget they did have, yeah, Bueller, and yeah. You're right, I forgot about those guys in 18. But you can't make an assessment without baseball, which I think makes it unfair. Now, could it be? Could we look back in 5 years and say it was the worst? We could. But what happens? Who was in 2017 Series 1? Who was in 2017 Series 1? And if Aaron Judge gets hurt and is gone, who else was in 2017? He was 2017 update. I mean, the thing is, I don't think it's just not a fair assessment. I understand what you're saying, but there is a ton of rookies without the ability to know who they are because we have not been able to see them on the field. So I would say for the people who don't like it, instead of trashing it, just don't buy any. Just don't buy any. Because that just leaves more for the people who do see it as a good product and who want to buy into it. But if Lou Bob lives up to his promise and his rookie is this, really? Are you kidding me that you're coming in here doing that crap? Get out of here, dude. If he is the only one that comes out of this and he lives up to his promise, is this a weak product? Is this a weak product, really? So it's a weak product if the guy lives up to his promise. I don't agree with that. Sorry. I know it's just me, but I don't agree with that at all. How come I can't? Oh, got the wrong side. How come that's not working? Hold on one sec. And then we'll recap. So here's all the things we put in a top loader. Let's see how many Lou Bobs we had out of this. One. Hoyt Wilhelm. I like Bo Bichette. I think he's going to be a good player. Good long-term player. So do I believe at the end of the day that there is a lot of potential in this for these? And a lot of potential in this? Yes. Do I think we are suffering from a lack of context? 6 rookies. Yes, we are suffering from a lack of context. And I think making assessments when you have no context is silly and unfair. Just silly and unfair. Now, if we were this many games in, and all the rookies were sucking and they put this product out, and then I would say, yeah, you're right. I'd say, yeah, you're right. But let's at least wait until we have some context before we go running around and say how everything sucks and all this and all that. And I think part of the reason you get people saying that it sucks, oh, that's mine, is because the hits aren't what they're used to with the other products that have come out. It doesn't compare to Series 1 because Topps held so many rookies for Series 1. Yeah, you're right about both of those things. Severino, you go down there. DeYoung, he's out of 300. That would be good, but there's no reason to yell. We can all hear you just fine. We'll hear you. Randy. Lou Bob. There's another Lou Bob. No, you go down. I don't know who you are. You're Strasburg. You're over there. Ichiro. AJ Puck. Abreu. Okay. We're going to go through this in no particular order. Just whatever happens. We had 2 of the patches. One for the Mariners out of 50, Mitch Haniger, and Matt Chapman for the A's. Out of the silver packs, Roberto Clemente blue out of 150, AJ Puck out of 150, Lou Bob base, and then 3 blacks all out of 199. Randy Johnson, Abraham Toro, and Ozzie Albies. Let's see. Let's put you guys in some order. And the memorabilia, game used memorabilia. Schwarber for the Cubs, Strasburg for the Nationals, Elvis Andrus for the Texas Rangers out of 199, and a gold Ichiro. Two of the, what are these, Major League material? Vladdy for Toronto and Robinson Cano for the Mets. A gold out of one of the packs, 2 out of 50 decade best chrome for the Cardinals. Gold out of 50, Lorenzo Cain, 2 out of 50. Steven Strasburg, vintage logo, 85 out of 90. What are they called? Vintage stock? For these bad boys, who's our 101? Chris Bryant? Yeah. Draft Nolan Arenado for the Rockies, Rendon for the Angels, Aaron Judge for the Yankees, all base, and Chris Bryant for the Cubs, 1 of 1. This would have got, this is 2 products now, and how long that we've pulled 2 in the last 3 products that we pulled 1 of 1s. Mandy would have to get a tattoo if she had them. That would have been 2 products in a row. If she had been buying the Cubs like she's supposed to, that she would have to have an RCB tattoo. Paul DeYoung for the Cardinals out of 300, the advanced stat. These are the colors. We had 2. Well, I had some Giants too. I'll pull those out. We had 2 Independence Day. Felix Hernandez for the Braves and Hunter Harvey for the Orioles, and a black out of 69, Jose Abreu for the White Sox. Let's see, who did I hit for the Giants? I had a couple of decent hits. I was going to say shots, but that's not right. So for the Giants, the things that I put top loaders on, we had the Father's Day Gaussman out of 50, out of 10, Decade's Best New York Giants. 7 out of 10. And a Will Clark SP. SPs, we only had SPs, no SSPs. Jose Abreu for the White Sox. I don't know this guy. Ravello for the Cardinals. Maybe he. Hunter Harvey for the Orioles. Wade Boggs for the Red Sox. Luis Severino for the Yankees. And Charlie Blackmon for the Rockies. And I'll tell you another thing that's going to be an advantage for this product is that the SPs and SSPs of Lou Bob they're gonna be sought after a long time. 6 autos. Griffin Canning for the Angels, Urquidy for the Astros, Seth Brown for the A's, Kyle Tucker out of 199 for the Astros, Dakota Hudson out of 199 for the Cardinals, and Yu Chang out of 25 red for the Cleveland Indians. First case is in the books. At 5 o'clock, we are going to go live with the Clearly Authentic. Then we have 2 cases of Jumbo tonight on eBay. Thank you all for the great conversation. It is fun as always. I don't think he does. So I'll see you guys tonight. If you're not doing anything else, come and hang out with us on eBay. Chat 10 p.m., 1 a.m. If not, come back here at 6 o'clock and we'll break the case of Clearly Authentic. So I'll see you guys in a little while. Take care. Thank you all for buying in. Thank you for the great conversation. Thanks to everyone who popped in and said hi. It was good to talk to all of you. Man, look at the chat now. So you guys all have a great rest of your day, and I'll talk to you soon.